Welcome to the Beyond the Years podcast, a podcast about all things Disney.
You are listening to episode 33. Today we're going to be counting down our top 10 favorite things at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Mm-hmm.
So, in previous episodes, I counted from 1 to 10, but you had counted from 10 to 1. So
Yep.
I followed your lead on this one today.
Finally.
So we'll be more in sync.
Okay.
There's a couple things I wanted to mention before we actually start our countdown. Earlier you told me that Taika Waititi is not going to be in the next Thor movie, directing the next Thor movie.
There's a rumor that he's not going to direct the next Thor movie because of the bad reception and I guess lower box office number, even though it did more than Thor Ragnarok.
That's terrible. I saw a TikTok today because ever since you started talking to me about everyone talking about She-Hulk and how much, it's had a lot of critics, and just this phase in Marvel so far has had a lot of critics,
Mm-hmm.
more so than usual. I saw a TikTok earlier and it was Marvel now, and it showed bad moments of CGI and She-Hulk, and then Miss Marvel, and basically just any of our recent
I know
things.
exactly what you're talking about. And
then it cut to Iron Man, Marvel then, what it used to be, Iron Man, and then the Avengers just being cool together.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. I mean, I think we're building up to something really huge. So it just makes me sad that people are so mean about it.
No, I get it.
Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's just a critic for no reason. I think Marvel has to rein it in a little bit on a few things, but for the most part, yeah. People are just whining for no reason. At least Marvel is putting out content where DC is literally canceling everything.
Yeah.
Marvel is the only comic book content other than The Boys that we're getting on television that's halfway good.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because I saw that earlier and I was like, man, that really sucks that people are being that way. I've seen a lot of TikToks about the She-Hulk CGI and special effects essentially.
Yeah. So the whole Taika Waititi thing, I really like Taika, and I liked what he did with Ragnarok and Love and Thunder, but at the same time, I kind of liked the little bit more serious Thor that we got in Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame.
Yeah. I
mean, Thor wasn't as serious in Endgame, but the writers that wrote those two movies, Stephen Marcus or I can't remember. It's Marcus and McFeely. That's their two last names, but they're are known for writing Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, and Thor 2 actually as well. And I think they just get his humor a little bit better because it's not so laugh out loud.
Yeah.
They're more serious dry jokes, which I like a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are some pretty funny jokes in the Dark World that you just don't pick up on because people hate the movie so much.
Yeah.
But the whole Taika thing, I understand why he probably is leaving the project. And if that's the case, let's get a Thor 5 and 6 with a new direction from another director, which would be super cool.
Who directed the first one?
Kenneth Branagh.
Okay, and who directed The Dark World?
I don't know. I can't remember. I just know Marcus and McFeely wrote the script.
Okay.
Or wrote the story.
Anyway, we can move on. I just wanted to bring that up really quick.
Yeah.
Because Marvel news is about to explode on us.
Yeah.
We've got Disney Plus Day on Thursday. And then D23 starts on Friday and will continue into Saturday and Sunday. So a lot of things coming up. But let's go ahead and get into our countdown with number 10. What is your number 10?
So my number 10, I just put Sunset Boulevard.
Oh, okay.
I think it's really a fun area over there. So I'm just zooming in here on the pictures. Yeah, Sunset Boulevard to me was really fun because that's where all the shops are, and you're like walking. That's where you walk up to
Tower of Terror.
Tower of Terror and the Rockin roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just a really cool area.
Yeah, I love.
And it's 50s kind of
Yeah.
vibe things. Also, the Beauty and the Beast soundstage
Mm-hmm.
is over there, which
Mhm.
is cool to
Yeah.
look at.
Okay. Yeah, I like walking. I mean, Disney does a good job at, the theming and presentation of their parks. So it's kind of fun just to walk around.
Mhm.
We walked through those shops over there when we went, and it was a good time.
I think there's like a little miniature wax museum over
Yeah,
there
I remember
too.
I have a picture with the Terminator.
Yeah. Yep. And there's something else over there. I guess I'm just thinking of all the shops.
It's mostly just shops, yeah.
Yeah. Where you can get all the merch.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like that area a lot. Like I said, the 50s vibe is really cool as well.
Okay. So pretty much all of the ones on my list are literally just rides or food. So I don't have anything like what you just said.
I don't either. I have rides and food. That's like my only one that's not rides or food.
Okay. My number 10 is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Okay.
So I kind of approached this list of not necessarily because it's been a while since we've been to the parks. It's been 4 years. And since then, they've got Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. They've got the whole Star Wars area. They've got the Toy Story Land that's been updated. Like, there are so many things that are new that we haven't got to try. This list for me is mostly just or more or less things that I think everyone should do at least once.
Okay.
So Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is number 10 for me. I don't think it's going to be like one of my favorite rides of all time, but I do think it's going to be a fun, relaxing ride to get out of the hot summer heat, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hot Florida heat and the humidity for a little while. I think Grayson would like it. If you have young kids, I think they would enjoy it. It looks really fun, and I would like to try it at least once. But that being said, I don't think it's going to be my favorite of all time.
Yeah, we watched a ride through on this a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And because we were talking about we haven't been to Hollywood Studios in so long, like we need to see like what's up with these new rides. And we watched this one and it looks like a fun ride. It didn't make my list at all. But the animation's just a little wonky for me.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like that how they have Mickey and Minnie drawn and like all the other characters. I like
agree.
classic like 2000s animation of like Mickey and Minnie and like all the friends.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think the animation style fits the technology of the ride. I think the technology is so new that they should have gone with a newer animation style, a newer version of Mickey, and not like old school OG Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Because you can have the spirit of Walt Disney and you can have like the idea and help it to evolve. Like that's what Walt wanted. He wanted everything to evolve. And I think that if he was still here, he would have wanted a newer animation style to match the ride.
Yeah. I'm just saying the mid 2000s Mickey and Minnie have a place in my heart because that's like when we were watching like all the Mickey stuff.
I agree. That's the best version.
Yeah.
Anyway, what is your number 9?
I've got the Muppets 3D Vision or whatever it's called. The 3D. Yeah, 3D Muppet Vision 3D.
Is that still open?
It says it's open on the website.
Oh. I was thinking about putting that on my list, but I thought they had gotten rid of that show.
Well, it's on their map as of now. So I guess.
Okay, well, I guess that would be on my runner-ups then because I enjoyed it. It's good to get out of the heat. Never has a wait time, hardly. You wait like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you're in.
I like the Muppets. I like the Muppets better than Sesame Street.
I would agree, but I didn't really watch either that much. as a child.
Mm-hmm. I didn't watch a whole lot of Muppets, but it's just like I like the idea of the Muppets more than I do the like Sesame Street characters.
Yeah.
I guess that would be their equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
What's your number 9?
My number 9 is Tower of Terror.
Didn't make my list at all.
I didn't think it would make your list, and I had to really think about this one. There's a lot of things that I really like about it, and then there's some things that I don't like about it. But at the end of the day, I think that if you like thrill rides, I think you should try it. Some things that I really like about this ride, the whole theme, I love. The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. It's like super cool, super creepy, kind of weird. And like the whole presentation, Disney does a great job. Like you're waiting in the queue line in the basement where the elevator shafts are, and it's just like it's super creepy, and that adds to the whole atmosphere to kind of prepare you for the ride.
No, I get that. It was the queue line was really fun.
Yeah, and
or the wait was fun, but the ride itself, I just can't. I don't know. I'm just not about that. I guess I don't like the drop thing. Well, okay. I guess I don't like the drop, and I think I would rather do the rocket, the Guardians of the Galaxy one at Disneyland.
Okay, so I like the theming of this one versus Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that they need to keep this one the traditional theming, because I don't want to get rid of it in both parks. They got rid of it in California Adventure or wherever, Disneyland. And so I like the original theming of this one. I like how it's unexpected the first time that you ride it, that because you look at the ride from the outside and you think that you're just going to shoot up and go down and shoot up and go down. And that's not what happens. You get in the elevator shaft and then you get up, you kind of go up, and then your ride vehicle exits out of the elevator shaft. And that first moment when it does that, you're like, oh my God, this is crazy. It's super cool. The theming is super fun. I'm a big fat wimp, and so it like freaks me out to no end. And then of course you do have the drops, which it's safe, but I think the anticipation of the drops, for me, I'm like so freaked out. Yeah. And then the drop itself, when it happens, like it's fun, but I'm like so freaked out by the time
you were like
out
of your. You kept looking at me because you're like, oh, I'm out of my seat. Like you were like weren't tied enough or something because you kept like floating up.
So they didn't think it was fast enough for you just to free fall, so it actually pulls you down. It's not just gravity, it's literally pulling you down faster than gravity would. So I mean, that is just like the pit of your stomach just like is in your throat. But I actually like that feeling, but the anticipation of it freaks me out.
Gotcha.
Overall, though, I think if you like thrill rides, you should ride it. It's fun. It's a classic.
I would just rather have the Guardians of the Galaxy because I like the Guardians of the Galaxy better than I do the Tower of Terror.
They did that at Epcot, the theming, so we won't get that.
Yeah, I don't care. I still would rather have the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, so what's your number 8?
Or, hold on. Or just theme it to something completely different.
No, I disagree. I like the Twilight Zone.
No, get rid of it.
Some things, it's just a classic. And like the gift shop right after the ride is so creepy and cool. I love it.
Then make it Jack-O-Lantern or whatever. No. Yeah.
We agree.
The one that Sam's obsessed with. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Whatever his name is.
Jack Skellington.
Yeah.
Skellington.
Just make that theme.
I don't like that.
Well,
Tower of Terror, there's just something so like creepy about it.
Okay.
We agree to disagree. What do you guys think? Do you guys think they should retheme the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror or keep it the same? Let us know on our Instagram.
All right. So do you want me to go with my number 8 first? Okay. I've got the Dockside Diner.
The Dockside?
Yep.
Did we eat there?
Nope.
Okay.
But it looks really fun. You're actually on a boat.
Okay.
At Echo Lake. You eat dinner there.
What kind of food do they have?
Let's see here. I can tell you in just a second. It looks really... I like the idea of being on the water. I don't know why here lately, though. I've been like, oh, stuff on a bay is really cool. Or like on a water is like really fun. So here's a description. Cast your anchor at this open-air tramp steamer eatery that pays homage to 50s California crazy architecture. It's an ideal dock and dine, serving up shrimp salads, shrimp rolls, and chipotle chicken salad rolls. So, I mean, the food just looks like...
kind of like seafood based.
Yeah, for sure.
That sounds good.
But I don't know. It's something different. It looks interesting to me. And I like I said, I like that it's on a lake. Okay, here, I'm going to name off some of the things. Smoked fish dip, chipotle chicken salad roll, the shrimp roll. Kids menu is macaroni and cheese, PB&J. They got seaside brownie. I mean, there's not a lot here. They got milkshakes and then alcoholic beverages as well.
Okay, so is it more of like a snacking, quick service type?
I don't know. It just says lunch and dinner.
Okay.
Lunch and dinner menu.
Okay.
But anyway, I don't know. I just thought it looked interesting when I'm looking on Disney's website at the map itself, that you have like where you can look at the app and the wait times. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's that map. I'm just going through it and looking at I was looking at different places because I couldn't find a place where it's like, oh, here's all the things you can do at Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
So this way it was easier for me to visualize it too. Because now, like finding the pizza rizzos, which,
that was your number 8.
That was my number 8. I'm sorry. Number 7 was Dockside Diner.
Okay.
Number 8 was Pizza Rizzo.
Okay.
Or Pizza Rizzo. Because it was after, so we went to the Muppet thing. And then we ate there right after that. And it was really good.
It's on my honorable mentions list. The pizza itself was really good. And there's just a ton of room in there. And Disney World is so crowded all of the time.
Yeah.
It's nice to kind of be off on your own for a little bit. So they have like an entire upstairs dining area. And when we went, there was like hardly anybody upstairs. They had booths, I think, and tables upstairs. And then they have like their downstairs dining, which was busy. So I agree. It was nice. We'll definitely go there again next time we go.
And that whole area was super cool. How they have it set up. Also, there's a place, I think it's like underneath where Pizza Rizzo's is, or it's like a part of it. But it's like Mama's Italian kitchen or something like that.
Yeah.
Or Italiano.
We didn't get to go there, but it looks really nice.
Yeah. And then it's just right in that same section. So there's my 2 food places. So you can do your 8 and 7 now.
Okay. So my number 8 is the Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run.
Okay.
I have not gotten to experience this ride, but from the ride through that I got to watch and people's just in general, like their reviews, it's not as great as it could have been. I don't think. And honestly, they probably could have done away with it being a ride altogether and it just they could have made the Millennium Falcon bigger, more like just
like a character experience.
Yeah, like a walkthrough. Like kind of like a museum. People literally would love to just get a walk through the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah. I agree. Totally agree.
I think you should do it one time, but I don't think it's going to be like one of your favorite things ever. But it's cool.
That's kind of what I've seen is the same thing. It's like it's like a fun ride, but it's not the best ride.
Yeah.
And I agree with you on the whole, like it shouldn't be a ride. Like the Millennium Falcon is like more of an icon. So make it like a museum, like you were saying. Or just make it like really like an interactive, like you can push buttons and make sounds and whatnot, or like a hatch opens or something. But it would just be more fun if it was just like a live model of the ship.
I agree. Anyway, so my number 7 is the Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater. I actually did get a go here. Josh did not. But I've been a couple more times to Disney World than him. So this is exactly what it sounds like. You're basically sitting in a car, except it's like a table. Like there's a table in the car, and you're getting to watch like a theater, like it's a drive-in diner.
Oh, okay.
So they've got a big screen playing old movies, and then you're sitting in this old-fashioned car, and they bring your food to you. The food was not as good as I wanted, and it was very basic, like chicken fingers, wings. I think they had like burgers.
A burger that you had to split 4 ways?
No, I went with Megan on this one.
Oh.
So I don't remember what I got, but the food, it wasn't like a lot of food and it wasn't very good. You more pay for the atmosphere, but I do think, especially if you have kids, it's super fun and it's nice and relaxing to kind of get out of the elements again. It is pretty busy, highly sought after, so make sure you make reservations way in advance.
Okay.
Okay.
That was your number 7?
That's my number 7.
Okay. So my number 6 is one that I enjoyed a lot, but at the same time didn't. So it is Star Tours.
Oh yeah. It's on my list.
It's number 6. I liked this ride a lot. However, it did make me a little sick.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know if it was just because like I was already hot and not, I don't know if I was feeling the best, but I remember being hot at Hollywood Studios. And yeah, I remember I got pretty motion sick on it. And I think that there's not enough air flowing in there.
Yeah.
Too.
So this ride is also on my list, so I can go ahead and just talk about it now. And then when we get there, I'll let you know which one it is. But the atmosphere walking into the ride, so they have that big, what are those things called? The 4-legged
AT-ATs?
Yeah, the AT-ATs. You have to walk underneath it to like physically go into the building.
Yeah. And
then the queue line has R2-D2 and C-3PO and ships, and it's just so cool. And they're all like not interactive, but they're all like animatronics and moving and active. Yeah. And so it's a really cool environment. So it's probably one where you could do away with the Genie Plus or the Lightning Lane. I don't know. I don't think it's the Lightning Lane. I think it's just a Genie Plus one. The wait times are probably not going to be that long, especially with the new Star Wars area they've opened. Yeah. This is an older ride.
Well, and this is the original Star Wars area.
Yeah, so if you wanted to ride this ride, it's probably worth waiting like 30 or 40 minutes. You're going to be entertained the whole time. And then even so much as to like when you're waiting, when you're like getting ready to get on the ride and everyone's like dressed up, and it's just so cool, the atmosphere. The ride itself is fun, but I more like the atmosphere of the ride.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. I got sick and there's not enough airflow in there, but the queue line is awesome.
Yeah, I think in the future
they got the little droids that like are karaoke guys.
Yeah. I think next time we'll probably have to bring you like a relief band or like is it Dramamine? Yeah. For motion sickness, and you'll probably just have to like pregame.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, okay, so that was your number 6?
Yeah.
My number 6 is Slinky Dog Dash.
See, I didn't put that one on there because I didn't ride it. So, but it would be on my honorable mentions.
Okay. So this is one that we have not gotten to ride, but I can tell that I would like it. Because I've ridden a lot of roller coasters in my day, and it's not like a crazy thrilling roller coaster, but it feels very like breezy and relaxing to me. And just the theming in Toy Story Land is so fun. And I feel like I don't think we'll be able to go even within like the next year, but if we did, Grayson would probably be tall enough to ride this. Yeah. And I think he would have a blast.
Yeah, I don't know how he'll be about that yet. We haven't had any ride experience with him on anything. So, but knowing him, he's a lot like me, and when I was a kid, I hated every ride. Unless it was like a boat ride or something like really like
I was
easy.
always terrified to ride for the first time, but once I did, I loved it. I remember at Silver Dollar City, Powder Keg used to be Buzzsaw Falls, and it was a roller coaster combo like water ride.
Yeah.
And it had a lot of problems with like the brakes and stuff. They took forever to try to convince me, like multiple trips to the park, and I was always like so terrified. Like I would wait in line and I'm pretty sure I would like bail out at the last minute. But when I eventually rode it, I had the best time ever. And then they switched the ride to something else. But that's how I am too, or how I used to be when I was a kid. So yeah, we'll probably have.
It's gonna take. I'm assuming it's gonna take him like a hot minute to get used to it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
Anyway,
so what? Now we're number 5.
Yeah.
My number 5 is similar to your number 6.
Okay.
It's Toy Story Midway Mania.
Yay.
So similar to the Star Command ride at Disney.
Oh, the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin.
Space Ranger spin, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's similar to that, but instead of just Buzz, it's like all the actual characters, and it's like you're a toy in Andy's room. Is that correct? That's what I remember.
So you're sitting in this car and you're kind of spinning, and you've got 3D glasses on, and then you shoot. It's like interactive shooting games.
Yeah, but like the world is like you're in.
Oh yeah, you're like the size of a toy.
Yeah.
I think Toy Story Land in general is designed for you to feel like you're the size of a toy.
Yeah.
And everything is like large.
And we totally did not explore this area, which I'm sad about, because we just went to Midway Mania and then that's all we did.
Yeah, we didn't go inside.
There's a giant like 25-foot tall Buzz statue there. Or 20-foot tall Buzz statue.
It's the whole area is really fun.
Yeah.
We just rode that one ride and then I guess moved
got out
on.
of there. Yeah. Sad day. So that was, anyway, I don't have much to say about it other than it was fun. And it was like the first thing we did. So like it holds a special place in my heart for that.
It's on my list, so I'll talk about it more in a minute.
Was Hollywood Studios our third day?
I have no idea. I feel like it was towards the end. I don't know. But I remember, did we go back more than once?
We did. We went, I think, 2 times.
Because back then you could park hop.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to like make reservations for anything.
Back in the good old days.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. So that was your number 5.
Yeah.
My number 5 is Star Tours. So we already talked about it. We can move on. What's your number 4?
Indiana Jones Theater.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about this freaking show. No.
Now it's on your honorable mentions.
It'll have to be on my honorable mentions. I was like racking my brain. I was like, I think I was so focused on like the Little Mermaid show. I was like, what other shows are at Hollywood Studios?
You should have looked at the map like I did.
It's a great, the Indiana Jones show is a great show.
Yep. So what sucks is that we only saw like the first like 15 minutes of the show, and then it got canceled because it was lightning.
Yeah.
And,
lightning in the area.
Severe thunderstorm area or warning in the area, so that shut the show down.
Okay, so what did you like about the show?
Well, we got to the part where the big boulder was rolling down, and then that was about it.
Yeah.
Which was like the first like couple minutes. So it was just really fun and interactive, which I think I liked.
I think they usually call up people from the audience to take part in like the beginning.
Well, I think, yeah, there was a couple people down there, but then the boulder thing happened and that was about it. And the lightning started and everyone's like, all right, we got to shut it down because there's lightning in the area. And I was like, damn it. But it was really fun. So I got that as my number 4.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good one. You should definitely go see it.
And it's shaded. It's not like out in the open. Like the whole area is like in a shaded spot, but
it's a giant amphitheater outside, but it is covered and they have fans in there. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they do.
Anyway, that's why they had to shut it down because it was outside.
Yeah.
That was your number 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so my number 4 is the 50s Primetime Cafe. Unfortunately, you did not get to experience this, but I did, and it was so much fun. So it's literally like a 50s themed cafe. It's pretty big, but everybody is dressed up in like 50s attire, and they serve like just classic Southern dishes like pot roast, mashed potatoes and gravy, like just really home style meals. And the waiters and waitresses are supposed to be like members of your family, so they like get onto you if you put your elbows on the table. It just like very like interactive and fun.
Yeah.
And just the theme is really good. So I would definitely recommend trying this one. Maybe try it for dinner when you're getting ready to take a break, because you're probably going to want to take a nap after eating.
You mean lunch?
Yeah, whatever. Whenever you can take a break after eating this is probably good, because you're going to want to take a nap.
Oh, okay. This is a heavy meal.
It's a pretty heavy meal, yeah.
So lunchtime, then break, or dinner time and leave.
Yeah. I mean, you can always go back after dinner, you know, to the parks, but definitely recommend. Super fun experience.
Yeah, and that's right across the way from Echo Lake where Dockside Diner is. So it's like right over them that in that area.
Yep.
By the big dinosaur that's sticking out of the water.
Yeah.
So that was your number 3?
That was my number 4. You're on your number 3.
Oh, okay. So this wasn't open when we were there, but it was under construction. And I think it opened in 2019, and that is Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy.
Okay. Is that a show or?
It looks like it's a show / interactive experience. So it's over here by the Rockin roller coaster area.
Okay.
And Grayson's been obsessed with the cars, and we're getting ready to get the new shorts for the car show. So I was just like, oh, that'll be really fun. But there's like actual life-size cars there and Mater, and it sounds like it's just like a big screen, but it's an interactive kind of screen and show.
Okay.
It looked fun.
Fun for kids.
Yeah, and it's inside.
Okay.
It's in a giant building. So AC.
Nice. AC is always good. Okay. My number 3 was Toy Story Midway Mania. I definitely think this is one of the best rides at Hollywood Studios. One of my favorite things is the queue line. It has a really great queue line. I say this in like pretty much every episode that we talk about the parks, but especially recently, Disney really knows how to do a good queue line, keep everybody entertained, keep everybody busy. It's really bright and colorful and oversized, and I think just the ride in general, like once you get to the part where you're about to hop on the ride, it's just super thrilling and fun. Yeah,
I agree. So I think what we ended up doing on this day, we went to this park so we went to Animal Kingdom the first day, Magic Kingdom the second day, and then we split the third day. So in the morning we went to Hollywood Studios, in the afternoon we went to Epcot.
Oh, okay. How do you remember that?
Because I remember getting there at Hollywood Studios in the morning, and I was like, I want a coffee.
Oh, okay.
And you said that because the next morning we rope dropped Epcot.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, maybe not. I don't know.
I
can't remember.
So
but we did go because I was mad because at the Starbucks, I had gathered up like 600 points.
Oh, and you couldn't use it.
And they wouldn't let me use the stars that I waited like a year and got like 600 points built up. And I was so pissed off.
Yeah.
Because I was like, damn it.
Starbucks is weird like that. I don't know why.
Yeah, because it's not a corporate store, is what they told me.
Crazy.
And I was like, that's stupid. But anyway, I remember getting a coffee, and then we were walking down to the Midway Mania.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I remember that too.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, side note.
Okay. What's your number 2?
Okay, so I did my number 2 as Rockin' Roller Coaster.
Heck yeah.
Love that ride.
It's my number 2 as well. Yay.
I actually changed it like right before we started talking about it because I'm like, oh, that other ride is really cool.
Yeah.
But Rockin' Roller Coaster is definitely a fun ride. The queue line kind of sucks.
The outside queue line sucks. The inside queue line is decent.
See, I don't really remember there being an inside queue line.
I think you just kind of walk through a room.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not memorable to me. I just remember like the area where they're like, do the TV like, hey guys, come on and ride with us to the show.
That's like the showroom right before you get into like because there's a little bit of a queue inside right before you get on the ride that kind of wraps a few times.
Yeah, because it's like where you can watch the roller coaster take off.
Yes, but most of the queue is outside.
Yeah, and it sucked.
Yep, it's hot.
So.
And there's like, it's just pink. There's like nothing to look at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it kind of a letdown of a queue line area, which is like not a bad thing. It just, I don't know.
I agree though. It's my number 2 for a reason. One of the funnest roller coasters ever, I would say.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's nothing like the anticipation right before you shoot off because they count it down and you're just, you know exactly when it's going to happen. And it's just the best.
5,
so fun.
4.
Yeah.
And then each time you ride, it plays a different song.
It's just playing.
Or it's got different songs, but like.
It's playing music the whole time.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
I think we rode this like 3 or 4 times.
Oh yeah, we loved this one.
So I think the first couple times we had fast passes. And then the next 2 times, I think we ended up waiting because the wait time wasn't too long. But man, it was so much fun.
Yeah, if you like thrill rides, definitely hit Rockin' Roller Coaster up.
Mm-hmm. All right. What's your number 1?
Obviously, Rise of the Resistance.
That's my number 1 as well.
Yeah. So we have not got to experience this ride in person, but we did watch a ride through and it looked epic. So it's like an entirely immersive experience. The runtime of the ride is 18 minutes total, but it's kind of like 2 rides in one. And if you are a Star Wars fan at all, I just think you should ride it.
When we were watching this, we were like, holy shit, this looks so much fun.
Yeah, because the first part you're like in a ship and you're like kind of just flying in a ship. And then you get out and then you walk over to the second part of the ride.
Mm-hmm.
And that part is crazy cool.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Yeah. Like I said, we haven't rode this, but when we go, like, we're definitely riding this ride.
Oh, you have to.
So the description for it is that there are it's a thrill ride, small drops, dark, loud, Star Wars. That was the description on the park map.
Nice.
But man, it is so cool and like interactive, especially like the characters or the cast members. Like,
yeah,
they're dressed as Empire,
mm-hmm.
and they tell you like, get in line, and it's like they're nice about it, but like in a Empire way. I don't know. You just need to watch one of the ride throughs online if you haven't rode the ride because it looks so much fun. But yeah, it looks awesome.
I agree.
And 18 minutes.
Yeah.
Like
that's a long time for a Disney ride.
Yeah. And then I don't know how they do that. If they start out like if there's multiple vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm assuming like when you're halfway through, they're starting another group of people behind you.
Oh, I'm sure it's a constant flow. I'm sure they that was probably a big thing they had to figure out when planning, I would assume.
Yeah.
It's like how are we going to make this flow and, you know, just be seamless.
Mm-hmm.
So people go from one experience to the next, and I think it looks freaking cool.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Okay. I really only have one runner up that we haven't talked about, and that is Woody's Lunchbox. Obviously in the Toy Story Land area,
mm-hmm.
and it's pretty famous for its like fake Pop-Tarts, pastries, lunch foods, snacks,
mm-hmm.
just a small little area, but it's got really great reviews so far. So if you're looking for a snack or a quick lunch option, I think it would be a good one for you. But I have not gotten to experience it.
Okay. So my honorable mention is going to go to the whole Star Wars area.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
So, like, okay, so I'm not going to name everything they have over here, but here are the things that are, like, highlighted on the map. So you get the Droid Depot, and I know that's where you make your own droid.
Mm-hmm.
You can go through and make whatever droid you want, like an R2-D2 looking droid, or
BB-8.
like a BB-8, yeah. Then you got First Order Cargo, which I don't know what that is. The milk stand where you get the blue milk.
Uh-huh.
What is that?
They've got the cantina, right?
Yeah.
Where you get drinks. It's kind of like a lounge.
Yep. The Doc Ondor's Den of Antiques, which is like a gift shop. Olga's Cantina. There's a couple of cantinas. Then you have the Lightsaber Workshop.
Mm-hmm.
Ronto Roasters, which I don't know what that is. Docking Bay 7, Food and Drink. And, I mean, there's just a bunch of other things. But there's, like, a lot of interactive things that you can do on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, go on bounty hunts. And, like, if you scan stuff on a wall, like, stuff like that. It looks... I don't know. This whole area is just super immersive.
I just don't feel like you would have enough... Like... For normal people like us who would only be able to go to Disney World every few years, I don't think you would have enough time to like play all of those games. But if you're somebody who lives in Florida and has an annual pass, it's definitely something you could explore.
Yeah, but when we go, we'll definitely try to do as much as we can.
Oh yeah.
It just looks super fun. I don't think I want to spend the money and build a lightsaber when I can go, because I've seen like reviews online of the lightsabers that you can build down there, and you can buy like a better one if you want to, if you're into that.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think I would build a droid. It looks fun.
Yeah, we'd probably build a droid. I don't think we would spend that much time in the Star Wars area because of Grayson. I think we'd spend more time in Toy Story Land.
Yeah. But by the time we go, he could be more into that stuff too.
We'll see. Yeah, definitely.
But that was all I had on my honorable mention, just because the area is so big, and there's just a lot going on over there. But Hollywood Studios is definitely a fun park.
Yeah, 100% agree. They're all fun. You should definitely try and hit all 4 parks if you can. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Definitely hit all 4 parks if you can. If you can't, Epcot and Magic Kingdom are my top 2. I think yours are the exact opposite.
Yeah.
So whoever you want to listen to, or just hit all 4 of them like we would recommend. Mm-hmm. That's really all I have to say today.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for listening today. We hope you enjoyed the show. This is going to wrap up our little mini series on our top 10 favorite things at each of the Disney World parks. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Beyond the Ears Podcast. We're relatively active over there, and it's an easy way for you to interact with us. We appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to you in the next one.